Well, this is a 2012 Cadillac Escalade, two-wheel drive. Customer called me to change the rear main seal. Got the transmission out, checked the rear main seal, wasn't really leaking. We're still going to replace it even though there wasn't any like real obvious leaks or anything like that. Just good practice to go ahead and change something so you can eliminate that problem if you're already in there. I mean, you've already got that far, so you might as well just do it. Well, got further along and noticed that there was other oil leaks down here. The oil cooler connecting line to the block was leaking from the seal right next to the filter, which is right here, this seal between here. And then also noticed that the oil pan was a little saturated around the outside edges, so it had a small leak on the oil pan and that cooling line. But we already took out the rear main seal, got the transmission pulled, of course, you know, you have to get to the rear main seal. But really the point of this video was to show that, you know, your oil pan won't just come out if you take out the bolts, you know, and just try to drop it down after you remove the transmission and everything. This line right here, the rack and pinion line, not which one, sure what the specific name is for it, but it's definitely for the rack and pinion. This line doesn't allow for enough clearance between the oil pan and the rack and pinion line for you to get the oil pan out, so you'll be sitting here wiggling it, trying to figure out. You really only needed about this much more clearance. But I just took that line off. It did leak out just a little bit of fluid. I think just the contents of what was actually in the line itself, not the rack and pinion or the whole power steering system. So I'll have to bleed out a little bit of air when I get finished, but I don't think it's anything crazy. But anyways, while I was down here, I also noticed that the the motor mount was missing 2 bolts from a prior company coming out and doing the motor mounts. I guess they left one out, or left 2 out, or they fell out, whichever. Probably didn't get them tight enough. But always make sure you get your bolts tight, especially on something like that. You don't want a customer calling you back and saying the whole motor's moving around and transmission shifting hard.